What are you doing in my bathroom?
Did you see anybody on Facebook or social media talking trash in the first episode of Moonknight?
No,
I had a few people.
but I did see like an article say that it's being review bombed on IMDb.
Yeah.
Like
Isn't it
I am
DB?
Internet Movie. DB.
Okay.
Yep.
Very confusing. It was, I
Why?
haven't seen the reviews, but I can already assume what they're saying. It's probably the same stuff that I was saying, but I don't have a problem with it though. They obviously have a problem with it about the not showing the fights. Like
Not yet.
They're
They're
right.
not going to show
Yeah.
Moon Knight or Mark's like.
Yeah, that's why
It
you
was the
don't
first-
see him as Moon Knight until the last frame.
no, like they're not talking about like as Moon Knight, but like in the street, for example, where he just like blacks out and woke up with bodies around him. Like I personally, I was like, I would like to see that, but I get what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
they're right now. You're starting off knowing as much as Steven does.
Right, exactly.
And he doesn't know he has alternate personalities. So you're finding out as much as him at the same pace.
See, like me knowing Moon Knight already before this, like I got it, but
Yeah.
people who were just watching the show just to watch it, they of course are not going to understand that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like I can understand the people review bombing it if they don't know anything about it.
I don't really understand people review bombing anything because I've
yeah.
never.
If you don't know it,
Yeah.
like
I mean, not saying I understand, but like I see where they're coming
Yeah.
from, but I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just would never be like, I'm gonna make all 5 spam accounts and give this negative stars.
It's probably something from Sony.
Yeah.
and if you think about it, it was the first episode. Like,
Yeah.
Be realistic about it. We got a lot for the first episode.
Yeah, they
We
have
saw
to
his
factor
mental
in-
illness.
Mhm.
We saw that obviously that there was an enemy that is praising another Egyptian god. So now they're laying. Dude, what do you expect from the first episode? Just Moon Knight just showing up out of nowhere,
just mooning.
just
Yeah, he's just showing up,
just killing everybody, and then there's no point to Moon Knight. Like
Yeah,
it's just
showing
a
up
random,
mid-moon.
It's just
Come
a
on.
random thing. You know what I mean?
Mid moon.
And like that was the reveal, the
Yeah.
last second. You know what I
Yeah,
mean, of the show.
and you have to
Duh.
factor in that they have to keep in mind not everyone that's gonna watch this show knows anything about Moon Knight, so they have to
Right.
explain stuff.
And what sucks is that all these people that don't know anything about Moon Knight, they came into this expecting later actual
Right.
established Moon Knight, and they're like, I didn't see Moon Knight.
I will say they did pull a Sony with this, and I didn't like this part. How you were saying they showed it at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that in the trailer so many times already. Like I would have liked to have seen that whole scene.
Yeah, but if you think
But
about
it's
it,
the first episode.
everything from the
Yeah, but,
trailer
like-
pretty much was the first
Yeah,
episode.
It was the first episode. So like it, I think that after the first episode, once
There
it's
was
established,
quite a bit that I was surprised about, honestly.
Was there?
Yeah, like how he was Steven the whole time. Like I thought that he was gonna be going back and forth a lot, but like they made the first episode all Steven.
well, because
I mean,
you don't.
Yeah.
that's
I'm not
the-
saying I didn't like. I'm just saying I was surprised they
Well,
did that.
What I think is like that's the perception of Steven that
Right.
Khonshu and Mark are. They have to keep this guy away from what they're doing.
Yeah, they're like
So-
keeping him out of the
So
loop.
that personality that he has, he's the like Khonshu and Mark are the ones that
Also,
resealed everything.
there's a
and,
third
you know,
personality that they're not bringing into the show.
Not yet, or is it Mr. Knight? Would technically
No,
be the third.
no. Like
In the
another
TV show,
another
right?
another alias that he has that they're not bringing into the show.
That's
I've
in a
noticed.
white.
No, another alias that like not vigilante,
Do you
but
know the
like
name?
another person. Yeah, I can't remember Lockley. I think Stephen Lockley.
Ooh, yeah.
something Lockley.
It is
Think that
Lockley.
That could be something that they could introduce later on.
Yeah,
once
because I knew
starts
he had more
realizing-
than 2 personalities.
Yeah,
Or maybe they're being smart and not having
trying not to make it too
much.
confusing.
Because if Mr. Knight shows up, then people are going to be like, "Who's that?"
But even Mr. Knight, people would should be able to understand that that's just another version of Moon Knight.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's people are dense.
True.
Yeah.
That's
People are
very
real
true.
dense. Like the comments that I saw on Facebook were the first episode of Moon Knight was way too slow. I hope they could pick it up. And yeah, like what does
So you're telling me
mean?
you understood everything that happened, everything that you just know it already? Like really?
But that stuff just like boggles my mind. Same thing with the
Dude, that would be
Wanda,
such a-
with WandaVision, where people watch the first 2 episodes and they're like, "It's not for me, man. No, just the 40s TV show stuff." I'm like, dude,
That's
What?
That's why I waited for that 3rd or 4th episode to hit, because like once I saw that,
Yeah.
then I understood the direction they're going. Then I went back and started
Well,
from episode
it,
1.
it
dude,
would be the
like-
scenario where they use the first episode of Moon Knight and then just
Dude, if you understand everything that's happening in the first episode, that show's garbage.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to understand all of it from just one episode.
What I'm saying is that in the first episode, we got a lot. We got him switching. We got Khonshu. We got Khonshu talking to him, being like, go to sleep.
And they're diving deep
Go to
into
sleep, worm.
the mental illness aspect of it.
Exactly. Like, he doesn't know what is alive.
You feel horrible for him.
Yeah, Mark.
Dude,
Mark
that scene when he was ordering the steak, bro, he literally looked like he was going to break down.
He really did.
Yeah.
He killed that.
Like, think about it. Like, the last time he was awake was in a different
like
place.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
So he had to, like, fly home.
Dude,
Like, Mark had to
nuts.
reseal everything, get him a new fish.
He had to buy him a new fish.
That part confused me the first time I watched the episode because I was thinking how the fish grow the fin back.
It's just,
but
it's Mark and
then I
Khonshu,
realized
What the fish?
It's genius that Mark and Khonshu, like, Khonshu resurrected Mark because he's a mercenary. He wants to do his bidding, his avatar. The other split personality, that's only getting in the way. So what they're doing is, keeping everything covered.
I wonder,
freaking out.
I wonder how they're like what direction they're going to go with it. Like, because originally it was he's always had that split disorder, but then when they retconned it, my nose booped the mic. Then they retconned it, and he didn't have that problem until Khonshu got into his head. So I wonder which way they're going to go about it.
At where me and you were talking, I could see where Khonshu and Mark, they're like, hey, give this guy another personality to where even like nothing seems real. Like, he thought that the first time that he woke up as whatever, it was just a dream.
Right.
Like, he woke up and he was, oh man, it's just a dream.
Yeah.
Like, that's Mark and Khonshu fabricating everything so he could just stay out of the way.
Yeah.
But assuming that Mark was a mercenary in Egypt and died in Egypt, but then Khonshu resurrected him, and that's why Homeboy saw him and he was like, mercenary. You know what I mean?
I wonder if it's going to be a thing to where like he went to Egypt as Mark to do whatever he was.
With the
Well,
girl.
yeah, because that Layla girl was like, you don't remember our adventures?
And like they got into a situation that was so dangerous, he was like, I have to lay low, get a different.
I have to lay low, Layla.
Get a different.
She said like, I thought you died. Didn't she say that?
That's what I'm saying. Like he got
tell her.
into the situation where it was so bad he had to cut off everything, and then Khonshu ended up making him believe that Stephen Grant was a real person.
No, I think Mark obviously knows what's going on. He was like, I wish you didn't know like this. Like, let us save us.
Yeah.
I think Mark and Khonshu,
That's what I'm saying.
They know. Like, they know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay.
He knows, and he ended
When
up
you're saying
creating.
he knows, dude, there's 6
Mark.
people in here.
Mark knows what's going on,
Right.
but he got in a situation that was so bad he had to. What do they call that? Protective.
Disassociate?
Protective. You know how protective custody, you get a different name, all that type of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He did that, but he got so far into it that his mind got messed up, and he thinks Steven is his real self. And Mark is in the back of his head saying, "No, dude, like this is."
So are you saying that when he but I don't think it's a subconscious thing, because the first time that Mark looked into a mirror, or what's the other guy's name? I'm getting confused.
Steven.
Steven. When Steven looked in the mirror and Mark was like shaking his head, he was like, stop looking. Like, Mark seems to like, no, he doesn't want Steven to interfere with anything. Like, when I need your body or when I need you, you go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go to sleep.
Yeah. So like, I think it's not like a subconscious thing. Like, it's just.
No, I'm not
his
saying
soul is like there until they need the body, and then they just take it from him or something.
I'm not saying that it's a subconscious thing. I'm saying like he got so lost in that personality that he thinks Mark, when he created a different alias to go into hiding from whatever mission got messed up.
I don't think it was a mission. I get what you're saying.
Like
now,
the scarab thing.
Right. I don't think it was a mission. I just think
when I say mission, I'm talking about like when to go steal.
Right.
The
like,
scarab.
How I think, like from the comics, Khonshu gets him back from the dead. Like, Mark dies.
Yeah.
And he uses him as an avatar on Earth because he is a mercenary.
Because
like Khonshu can't physically go.
Khonshu is he's a god of vengeance as well.
It's
I
vengeance,
believe.
yeah. And then his sister is like Black Panther's. We were talking about this, that Khonshu's. It's one of them, like the Iliad or whatever it is, like the gods.
The Iliad?
Black Panther's sister or something. What's the name that they get the power from?
In Black Panther?
Yeah, I said
Bast.
Bast. That's the Panther god.
Yeah.
So that's one of the 8 or whatever it is. Crap, I was going somewhere with that.
How they're brother and sister. Her and
Yeah,
Khonshu?
yeah, but it was like
You're saying something
like
about
tied
Black
to something later
Panther's
on.
sister, right? Or
Yeah,
Khonshu's
yeah,
sister?
It's Khonshu's sister is Bosk.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
But that was leading into something, and I completely forgot. But what I think is like in that scenario where Mark and the lady go to Egypt, something bad happens because they're obviously like adventurers. You know what I
Right.
mean? So they got into a scenario that was not good.
Yeah.
Mark dies. Khonshu was like, I could use him. Brings him up because Emmet, or what's the goddess?
Ammit.
Ammit is assuming that she's trying to get into the veil of Earth, like
Right.
physical Earth. Khonshu is gonna try to stop that, but he has to have his own avatar,
Right.
which is Mark. Assuming that, I don't know where the third personality comes from. Maybe it's like I need you, but I don't know. There's like too many layers of this onion that I haven't eaten yet.
There's a few things that I noticed that I feel like are gonna be important. So when he goes home from after eating the steak and he's gonna feed the fish and he like drops the box of chocolate.
Yes.
Right before he drops the box, he's about to sprinkle some food into the bowl or in the tank. You can see there's a tan line where a wedding ring will be, and when the credits are rolling, you see a wedding ring.
So that might be her then, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be her.
So that would make a little bit of sense.
Which does confuse me as to why Mark would ask that other girl out on a date, though. From his job. Like, that part did kind of confuse me if he's already married.
I've been stumped.
Maybe I mean there's a bigger plan, obviously.
Right.
So I wonder if that's just a situation to where kind of like where he was laying low, where like if he had a ring on, too many questions would be asked, and if it went back to, what's his name?
Which one?
I keep
Mark?
trying to say
Steven?
Arthur.
Steven?
Like if it goes back to Steven and they're like, were you wearing a wedding ring the other day? Then he would be even more
Right.
confused with whatever Khonshu and
No.
Mark were trying to be like.
No.
No.
But it could be a scenario like that to where because Mark and they're the ones that are fabricating everything. Like they put the tape on, like when he goes to sleep, so when he wakes up, he thinks that nothing happened. Like all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if that's all planned, where they have plans to keep going through, and they made him get a job at the museum.
To get something
to
from
get,
the
like,
museum.
almost like a body inside until Khonshu or Mark need the body.
Yeah.
Because then he already has access in there, but they could just take it.
Yeah, right. Like, there's something there that he needs, so they're
Right.
like, we have to go undercover and get that.
And if Ammit is if he's trying to get Ammit to awaken again and to be on Earth, Khonshu's gonna have to try to stop that.
Have you guys noticed all the crocodiles in that first episode?
Which Ammit is
right. So I mean, but like
Ammit
she's a deity, right? Like
even the guy's
they don't
shoes, bro.
consider her
Yeah,
like
Ammit wasn't an actual god.
right.
Right. Like, but like even the shoes he was wearing, they were the crocodile skin or whatever.
Wait, really?
Like those sandals that he wore, like the very first scene.
I didn't
don't think I saw
notice.
crocodiles.
I didn't notice that they were crocodiles.
But
I mean, they call those shoes like alligator shoes or crocodile shoes or something like that.
I don't know.
But kind of what I'm thinking is that he's Ammit. Like he's the avatar that Ammit.
Oh yeah, for
controls.
sure. Yeah, no doubt.
Or if the god can't be the avatar, like you know what I mean? Kind of how Mark and Khonshu are technically separate, but they're one.
Right.
Where like he's probably trying to drain as much power from people.
Well,
to
I feel
get
like
Ammit to be on Earth or something. You know.
I feel like they're doing like a play on crocodiles. I feel like that's gonna be like a key to like awaken Mark or something. Because like if you notice, homeboy Steven, when he's calling his mom, he keeps saying later gator.
Latest gators.
Latest gators.
And like you know what comes after that, right? After a while, crocodile. So I feel like that's gonna be like said on like in a voicemail or something. And like as soon as he hears that part, then Mark like finally has like control again.
Well, I think Mark has Mark is the one with the enhanced Khonshu powers. So this is what I think. So in the trailers, they showed episode 2 things. You saw Mark's face, but wearing the Moonknight suit. So clearly, like he you know what I mean? He's conscious of what's happening.
Right.
So that's and she says, "Wow, Mark, you look different." She even said that, assuming that she's looking at Mark in the Moonknight outfit, but maybe without the top. You know what I mean? So I think Mark,
or she just sees him transform.
right, and
or
but
it could be
Mark
Mr.
knows.
Knight.
Or it could be Mr. Knight, but I still think that it's a scenario to where like Khonshu said, "Mark, I'm gonna resurrect you, but I'm gonna give you my powers." And obviously, this is for me because Khonshu in the comics is like, it's all about him, but he's not necessarily like a
He's only linked with Mark because Mark is his best option as an
It's
avatar.
mercenary that was in Egypt that died. Like perfect.
Yeah.
I'll use you.
Yeah.
And I'll give you powers. It could be a scenario to where, dude, the guy resurrected like jackals.
Yeah.
They're not resurrected, but he
I mean,
basically
he
opened a
summoned
portal.
them.
Like,
yeah.
that has to be some power that Amit gave him. Obviously, you know what I mean? Like, where's the scenario to where Moon Knight has his powers because Khonshu gave them to him, and then Amit is giving his or her avatar powers, like summoning dead warriors, like jackals or something.
Right. Because I mean, yeah, it makes sense. She's the god of the after. No, not
Well, no,
afterlife.
she
judges the souls, is what it is.
Well, Anubis judges them, and then
that's like the
if
gates
they
of
if they
hell,
fail the test, they get fed to Amit.
Yeah.
So she's
Which
known
is
as
like the worst of
she's
the
known as
worst.
the devourer of the dead.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
like the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Like, that's like
that's why
under hell.
those scales were in the crocodile's mouths on his tattoo.
Yeah.
And I liked how when he was trying to judge Mark or
There's
Steven.
chaos in you.
Yeah, because like there's three different things
exactly.
inside of him, so it didn't
He
know
can't
what to
weigh
do.
all of
Right,
Yeah.
but what I think is that he saw something more than that. He
He
probably
probably saw
No,
Khonshu.
he probably noticed that
Yeah,
he's the avatar. He's an avatar for some god like he is.
yeah,
Yeah.
He probably noticed like, oh, like Amit is the one that's kind of controlling me. Who's controlling you? That's wild.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to see where that show goes.
Yeah.
It's I think it's 6 episodes.
Yep. Yeah.
And I hope they get longer per episode.
It was
'cause
like
that was
45
45 minutes.
Yeah.
It didn't. That went by so fast.
It did go by
They,
very
bro, they
quickly.
always do. All the Marvel shows just go by way too
because
fast.
they know
Yeah.
exactly what they're doing. But
Yeah.
I'm super intrigued with this one.
Me too.
Super intrigued. But Morbius sucks.